Hey, Cool Stuff's gonna have a booth at Gen Con, so if you have any Magic cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, or HeroClix singles to get rid of, please stop by. We offer great prices and a 25% bonus for trade-ins. Please visit our website for more information. Thanks for watching, and now it's time for Playing on a Budget.
Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com here with this week's episode of Playing on a Budget. This week is very special to me because I am finally showcasing the deck that got my YouTube channel started. It was an epic experiment deck. Back in November I made this deck, and it now has some very key components that is awesome, very awesome to play. It's a very fun deck to play. Just a bit of a disclaimer, this is not at all a deck that I would suggest running in a high-level competition, as it does get shut down by a number of cards, completely shut down by a number of cards, and it's really hard. I mean, this deck has gone 6-0 in a standard premiere. I've seen some people actually go very far with it, but at the same time, it is very vulnerable, very vulnerable to Tormod's Crypt, Rest in Peace, Curse of Death's Hold, Witchbane Orb, Slaughter Games, other decks. This deck's very good against Jund, but it's not the best. It even has some problems versus like a Red Deck Wins deck and any other deck that's incredibly aggro. A lot of times it cannot slow it down because the cards that you want to slow down those type of decks are like Pillar Flames and Searing Spears, and they then slow down your deck as well. So anyway, let's just get on to the gist of this deck. You can go the Reforge the Soul route, which is what you do is you loot, you try to find your combo as soon as possible, and so you're getting rid of cards as quickly as possible, and then you're trying to reforge the soul to fill back up your hand, and it'll give you so much card advantage because you go like first turn Faithless Looting, you try to find your pieces, and then you try to Miracle or just hardcast into Reforge the Soul, and then eventually you just go off. And what I mean by go off is Past in Flames, Battle Him, and 1,000,000 tokens to generate 1,000,000 mana, and then you burn at the stake for perfect mana damage. So burn at the stake is your kill condition. That's why I say Slaughter Games is so good against this deck as well. For this particular one, I think I'm going to go back to my old school roots. I kind of like the Reforge the Soul route better, but I'm going to go my good old friend, the Epic Experiment. So you don't want to go both because they kind of compete for space. So I'm going to go Epic Experiment. And I think I have 3 copies. If I don't, I have to pick up a couple more copies of Epic Experiment. All right, 2 more copies. So we're going to play all 3. It's going to be our kill condition. And we're going to bring in some more Quickens, as Quickens are our best cantrip, and they're a good little first turn play. I'm going to bring in all of them, and we're going to bring in the 2 Augur of Bolas here, and then this will be our deck. So it's going to be 4 Think Twices, 3 Desperate Ravings. I wonder if Amass the Components would actually be better in this deck. I'm going to go down to 2 Desperate Ravings, and we're going to have just 1 Amass the Components, as it is pretty good card advantage. And if that's the case, I am going to go down a card for another island, and we'll put in another island here. And our count of lands, in fact, without Faceless Looting, I might want my count up to 24 lands. I'm not sure. This doesn't need the most lands ever, but you do want to hit land drops. And without the Faithless Looting, you can't kind of guarantee that. But I think this is fine. We'll try it like this. The one of Increasing Vengeance is really good in this deck because you can copy like a Battle Hymn or an Epic Experiment for a ton. Of course, the Young Pyromancer, we're only playing 10 creatures with Young Pyromancer, Goblin Electromancer, and the Augur of Bolas. Now our sideboard, I'm going to go kind of the Guttersnipe route, as I think I'm going to put all 4 Guttersnipes in the sideboard here, or maybe not. Maybe I should Guttersnipe. Did I spell it right? Guttersnipe. Maybe I have to pick up Guttersnipes. See if that is the case. Oh no, I just spelled it wrong. Gutter. I'll pull it up. So Guttersnipes, I'm going to put them all on the sideboard. We're going to go for like a crazy burn type strategy. And that's the case. I'm going to put some more Searing Spears in the sideboard. I'm going to get rid of the Izzet Charms. They're not that great, I guess, if we're going to go full out burn. So we have 3 pillars, 3 spears, or did the other spear not get in there? See here, spear by name. Let's see here. We got 4 spears, 3 pillars. Izzet Charm, 1 Izzet Charm can go. Do I want to go into more pillars is the thing. I like a 1 of Cyclonic Rift as some sort of answer, some sort of bounce. And I might just go for a miracle, like either, what's the miracle card that does 5 damage? You could go for that, and it's actually pretty good because you can go Epic Experiment and you try to hit into like all of your burn, and it will do enough with your Guttersnipe. And I guess that will be our package, our sideboard package against the decks that really hate out the Burn at the Stake combo. So we'll just go for a combo that tries to Epic Experiment into enough of these burn spells, and yeah, just try to win that way. So I guess this is how I'm going to save it. We'll go over prices here in a minute. I think I definitely am going to go over a bit budget. I'll have to add it up. The only cards in this deck that actually cost anything are the Sulfur Falls and the Steam Vents. So the Sulfur Falls are running right now at $9 a piece, which is $36 total in the the Steam Vents, and the Sulfur Falls are $6. So that's $24. So that's $60 your budget right there. The rest of these cards are all basically commons and uncommons. They all are, except for Epic Experiments, which are $1 a piece. You can get a little bit expensive on the Guttersnipes, which are $3, and the Young Pyromancers, which are $3, almost $3 as well. These cards fluctuate a lot between the two, and of course these commons and uncommons can cost $1 a piece if you do end up buying them. But it is right around $100. We're right at the edge there. Quickens are bulk rares. They won't cost you anything. Krenko's commands, commons. Battle Hymns, commons. Desperate Ravings are bulk uncommons. Increasing Vengeance is a bulk common or bulk rare. Think Twice are bulk commons, etc., etc., etc. Pass and Flames are very, very inexpensive right now. They're only $1.50, and I highly, 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 highly recommend picking these up. I run an episode called The Rogue Market, which I'll be having out on my channel pretty shortly. And one of my number one pickups this week will be the Pass and Flames. Pass and Flames are incredibly expensive on MTGO. They're about 10 tickets a piece at the moment, as Storm is once again starting to show up in Modern in force. And in fact, Pass and Flames goes in a Legacy deck as well, and a lot of people are starting to play this deck in the Standard as well, which does utilize Pass and Flames. So anyway, yeah, I'm going with the Epic Experiment route this time instead of the Reforge the Soul. If you want to go Reforge the Soul, what you do is you up the count of Desperate Ravings, Faithless Lootings, and the Reforge the Souls, and then you cut out the Epic Experiments and the Quickens, and maybe the Think Twices, so you have enough count of them. So yeah, this is what we're gonna run. I think this will do very well. I'll try to keep up in a Standard daily. If not, I'll just do 2-man queues. This is Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.